Have you ever felt a chill run down your spine when you realize someone had invaded your most intimate space? And the worst part is that some part of you liked it. It was a regular night in Chicago, 2:47 a.m. I was alone in my loop apartment, lights off, when I heard the faint creak of my bedroom window. My heart raced. It's just the wind, I thought. But then I saw his silhouette, tall, broad-shouldered, sliding in like that room already belonged to him. And the craziest thing? I didn't scream. I didn't run. I just lay there, frozen, wishing he'd stay. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. Thousands of men and women between 25 and 60 have felt this toxic mix of fear and desire. It's what we call veiled obsession, and it happens more than you think. From New York to Los Angeles. You think the problem is him being an intruder? Wrong. The real villain is your lack of control over your own virility, or for women, over what truly turns you on. Guys who climb through windows aren't monsters. They're mirrors of what you suppress. In this video, I'm going to show you how to turn that obsession into power using stoicism, authenticity, and conscious seduction. And at the end, I'll give you instant access to 10 forbidden love stories for just $9.90. Real stories that will teach you to master desire instead of being mastered by it. But before I hand you the step-by-step, let me take you back to that night. Because what happened next changed everything, and it can change your life too. Stay with me. Have you ever stopped to wonder why? Even with alarms, double locks, and security cameras, we still leave the window cracked? It's not carelessness, it's instinct. In Chicago, where the icy Lake Michigan wind hits hard in winter, we learn to lock everything. But that October night, I left a gap, just one. His name was Ethan, 34, software engineer, married, lived 3 blocks away in the same corporate building where I worked as a designer. We'd never exchanged more than a good morning in the elevator, but he knew. He knew I drank oat milk lattes at 7:15, knew I played Lana Del Rey on repeat every Friday, knew I slept in an old t-shirt with no panties. How? Because I let him know. Men, listen up. Your virility isn't in climbing windows. It's in noticing when a woman cracks hers open for you, even if it's just a sliver. Women, take notes. The danger isn't the man who enters. It's you wanting him to. That night, Ethan didn't break anything. He pushed the window with 2 fingers, like parting a curtain. And me? I lay there, pretending to sleep, heart in my throat. He stood by the bed, didn't touch me, just looked. 3 minutes, then whispered, "You left the window open for me," and left. The next morning, I found a note on the nightstand. Cracked window isn't an invitation. Cracked window is fate. I should have called the cops. Should have moved apartments. But I didn't. Because for the first time in years, I felt alive. Now ask yourself, how many times have you left a window cracked? In life, at work, in your marriage, hoping someone had the guts to climb in? Because what comes after that night is going to show you how to turn that weakness into absolute dominance. And if you think you already know how this story ends, wait until you hear what I did the following week. What would you do if you knew someone broke into your room and left you wanting more? Drop it in the comments. Your answer might be in the next video. Stay with me. The next part will reveal the root cause of this obsession and why 90% of men never master it. 3 days later, Ethan didn't come back, but I wanted him to. I'd wake up at 3 a.m., stare at the window, heart pounding like a teenager. I even called the maintenance guy to replace the lock and asked for a weaker one. In Chicago, that's insane, but I was hooked on the risk. Men, pay attention. This isn't about him, it's about you. When was the last time a woman looked at you like you could climb through her window and flip her world upside down? Most guys in their 30s, 40s, 50s lost that. They turned into nice guys. Pay the bill. Text goodnight at 10 p.m., ask permission for everything, then whine that their wife doesn't want them anymore. Women, listen close. You say you want security, but you get wet for controlled danger. It's biology. It's the guy who knows what he wants, but doesn't force. It's the Ethan who steps in, stares, whispers, and walks out, leaves you with the aftertaste. I thought the problem was him being married, or me being single, or the chance of getting caught. Lie. The problem was, I didn't know what I really wanted. The root cause? Lack of brutal authenticity. We were taught to lie to ourselves. I want a stable guy, but melt for the one who climbs the window. I'm a family man, but fantasize about the co-worker at 2 a.m. That's not weakness, it's a learned pattern. From childhood, we're told to suppress desire to be good. Result? Emotional zombies. But there's a way out. It's called Stoicism applied to seduction. Not boring philosophy, practical moves. First principle? Control what you can, ignore the rest. Ethan didn't control whether I'd call the cops. He controlled his entrance. 3 minutes, no touch, no begging, pure presence. Second, authenticity is power. He didn't pretend to be single, didn't promise forever love, just spoke truth. You left the window open for me. And the third? I'll drop it in the next part, along with what I did when he came back on Friday and found me waiting. If you've ever left a window cracked in life, type guilty in the comments. I want to see who's got the guts. What's coming next will give you the map to never again be a hostage to someone else's desire. Stay with me. Friday night, 11:42 p.m. Light rain tapping the glass of my 18th floor apartment. I knew he'd show. I swapped the old t-shirt for a short black silk robe, loosely tied. Left the window wide open. Lights off. Only the neon glow from the Starbucks sign below. Ethan slipped in without a sound. This time, he didn't just stand there. He sat on the edge of the bed, placed his hand on my ankle, slow. I shivered. "You want me to stay?" Voice low, steady. I nodded. Then came the third principle of stoic seduction. Decision without attachment. He could have grabbed me, could have begged, did neither. He asked, gave me the power, and, paradoxically, took total control. Men, write this down. Virility isn't forcing, it's leading. Ask what she wants, and be ready to walk if the answer's no. That's what separates the weak from the kings. Women, get this. When a man hands you the power to say yes or no without fear of losing him, you surrender body and soul. That night, there was no sex. There was connection. We talked for 2 hours. He told me his wife traveled every week, that he felt invisible. I told him I hated lukewarm relationships, that I wanted fire, even if it burned. At 4:17 a.m. he stood up, kissed my forehead, said, "Open window is invitation, closed window is respect, choose," and left. The next morning I closed the window. For the first time in weeks I slept like a baby. Here's the practical solution. 5 steps anyone 25 to 60 can apply today. 1. Audit your windows. List 3 life areas where you leave cracks: job, marriage, dating. 2. Practice the fatal question. What do you want from me right now? Use it with partner, boss, friend. 3. Train non-attachment. Walk away from one situation for 24 hours without explanation. Feel the power. 4. Build presence. 3 minutes of eye contact, silence with someone. No phone. 5. Log the fire. Write 1 forbidden story of your own, just for you. Want the full 10 stories, narrated, with endings that will make you rethink everything? My product 10 Forbidden Love Stories delivers it in PDF plus audio for just $9.90. Link in the description. In the final part, I'll show you what happened 30 days later and why you need to act now. In the comments, write open window or closed window. Your choice defines your future. 30 days later, I was still in the same apartment, but I wasn't the same woman. The window? Locked, with a brand new deadbolt. Ethan never showed again. And you know why? Because I didn't need him anymore. That month, I used the 5 steps every single day. Audited my windows, quit the toxic job in the loop, ended a 2-year lukewarm relationship, started writing the stories you're hearing now. The result? Men look at me differently. Women ask for advice. And me? I sleep like a rock, knowing I control the invitation. Quick recap. The problem wasn't the invasion, it was lack of authenticity. Root cause? Suppressing desire to be good. Solution? Stoicism plus conscious seduction. And the shortcut? My product, 10 forbidden love stories for $9.90. Inside you get 10 real stories like this one with uncensored endings, narrated audio to listen in the car or gym. Is your window open? Checklist to apply today. Click the link in the description right now. Price jumps to $19.90 in 48 hours. Full guarantee. If it doesn't shift your view of desire in 7 days, I refund every penny. Think about it. For less than dinner at Olive Garden, you take home the map to never again be a hostage to someone else's desire. Subscribe to Velvet Sins, hit the bell, and drop in the comments. I control the window. I'll pin the first 10. Because your next forbidden story doesn't have to be told by me. It can be lived by you. Open window is invitation. Closed window is power. Choose. Link in the description. See you at the next sin.